Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to start with chapter number 2 in the Art and Culture Simplified series for UPSC CSE Prelims and Mains examination. We are going to start with the second chapter of today. So far we have completed first chapter of art and culture. Now before starting the class, here's a small announcement for all of you. As you all know that UPSC CSE, the pattern has changed from 2020. The type of questions that they are asking were very different as compared to 2019 and 18. So we have to be extra careful when we start our preparation. And Unacademy is providing free notes, free PDFs, study materials, the free lectures, free live sessions, YouTube sessions, etc. to help you in your UPSC CSE journey. So how can you stay updated for UPSC CSE? By subscribing to the Telegram channels of Unacademy. First is Unacademy Articulate, second is Unacademy Coursera. So in the Unacademy Articulate PDF Telegram channel, you can get the Articulate magazine for free, the current affairs magazine of Unacademy for free. Also, you can get the free PDFs, free study materials, the free lectures and class sessions, YouTube sessions of top educators on Unacademy, and also the benefits include free live class notifications, daily free YouTube session updates, event notifications, free test series notifications, PDFs, study material, notes, etc. So you can join the Telegram channel of Unacademy, the Articulate one and the Coursera one. The link is given below in the description box. नीचे description box में Unacademy Articulate और Unacademy Coursera Telegram channels के लिंक दिए हुए हैं. आज ही सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, आज ही ज्वाइन कीजिए और इन सभी बेनिफिट्स का मजा उठाइए ताकि आपकी प्रिपरेशन और ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग हो सके और स्ट्रैटेजिक हो सके. On this note, we are now starting our class. अपनी क्लास शुरू करते हैं इसी नोट पे. Do not forget to join these Telegram channels. Link is given below in the description box. So far we have covered, अभी तक हमने कितने chapters cover कर लिए? First chapter cover किया है. First chapter already we have covered it. Now we are going to start with the second chapter, that is Indian Festival and India's Intangible Cultural Heritage UNESCO List and Handicrafts. This is our second chapter. So total 16 sessions में हम अपना art and culture को cover करेंगे. Okay, so first chapter we have already covered. We have studied Purusharth, Ashram, Sanskar, etc. Now and also we studied the Jajmani system. Now we are going to start with chapter number 2. Now when we talk about Indian festivals, we all know that India is a land of fast and festivals. It's a vast land wherein we have seen the various cultures, traditions, rituals, etc. The Indian men and women, they observe these festivals throughout the year. और ऐसा कहा जाता है हर महीने ही कोई ना कोई फेस्टिवल लगा ही रहता है भारत भूमि पर, क्योंकि इतने डाइवर्स कल्चर हैं, ट्रेडिशन है, इतने डाइवर्स रिलीजियस बिलीव्स हैं कि हर महीने हर दिन कुछ ना कुछ फेस्टिवल, फेयर्स एक्सेट्रा लगे ही रहते हैं. सो इट्स अ सेलिब्रेटरी लैंड. आप ये बोल सकते हो कि यहाँ पर हर दिन जश्न मनता है. सो दीज फेस्टिवल्स आर बीइंग ऑब्जर्व फ्रॉम टाइम इमेमोरियल. ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ सालों पहले ये फेस्टिवल स्टार्ट हुए. ये जो फेस्टिवल्स हैं हम इनको बहुत हजारों 5,000, 2,000, 3,000 साल पहले से मनाते आ रहे हैं. Now people are observing them right from the dawn of human civilization, as is said by various historians. काफी historians का मानना ये भी है कि festivals इंडिया में हम जब से human civilization का start हुआ है तब से हम humans festival celebrate करते ही हैं. Whenever we are happy we celebrate it, right? हम जब भी खुश होते हैं या कोई event ऐसा होता है जो हमें खुशी देता है, हम उस event को celebrate करते हैं. So for example, one such festival is Kumbh Mela, which is held at all 4 places every 3 years by rotation. Now the 4 places over here are Allahabad, Haridwar, Nashik and Ujjain. ये 4 जगह हैं जहाँ पर कुंभ मेला सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है. And what are the associated rivers which are worshipped during this festival? It is Ganga at Haridwar, Sangam of the Ganga, Yamuna and mythical Saraswati at Allahabad, Godavari at Nashik and Shipra at Ujjain. So you have to remember for prelims the key rivers which are associated with this festival. The Ardh Kumbh Mela is celebrated every 6 years in Haridwar and Prayag, and the Purna Kumbh Mela is celebrated in Prayag every 12 years. Prayag is in Allahabad. And the Mahakumbh Mela, the Grand Kumbh Mela, is celebrated after every 144 years at Prayag. Now coming on to the Holi festival. Now Holi festival is celebrated at the last full moon day of Falguna month. Mahashivratri is celebrated at the 13th night in Krishna Paksh of Falguna month. And Navratri, it's the 9 forms of Shakti which are worshipped on 9 nights. That is Navratri. Now, when we talk about Ganesh Chaturthi or Vinayaka Chaturthi, which is the occasion of birth of Ganesha, Vasant Panchami, we worship goddess Saraswati, which is the goddess of knowledge, goddess of music, and goddess of art. Also taught to write their first words during this particular festival, that is the Vasant Panchami. Brahmins are fed during this festival. Ancestral worship is performed. God of love Kamadev is also worshipped, and people usually wear yellow garments during this festival. The books are also worshipped during this festival. Ramazan, Muslims refrain from eating, drinking, sexual relations from dawn until sunset during this particular festival, and it is intended to teach Muslims about patience, discipline, humility, and spirituality. When we celebrate Guru Purnima, it is celebrated in the honor of Lord Buddha because he gave his first sermon on this day at Sarnath. Hindus on this day offer puja or pay respect to their Guru. Buddha Purnima, it is the birth anniversary of Lord Buddha. Christmas is marked to celebrate the birth of Jesus. And Easter, it is the oldest and holiest Christian festival. It is the day when Jesus Christ was crucified. On this day, Jesus Christ rose from the dead and ascended into heaven, it is said, it is believed. That is why Easter is celebrated. Coming on to the Thai Pongal festival. So when we look at the Thai Pongal festival, it is the harvest festival celebrated in Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Sri Lanka to thank the sun god and farmstead livestock. In this festival, milk is boiled in clay pot, which symbolizes material abundance for household. Muharram festival is celebrated on the first month of Islamic calendar, and it is very unlawful to fight during this month. This festival is celebrated to mark peace amongst the community, amongst the human civilization. Dree festival, it is an agricultural rite which is observed by Apatanis in Arunachal Pradesh. Apatani tribe lives in the Arunachal Pradesh which celebrates the Dree festival in order to perform the agricultural rite. It involves sacrifice of fowls, eggs, animals to the sun and moon god to appease these gods to avoid famine. Not famine, you can say it is famine. Okay, तो किसी तरीके का famine, भूखमरी, सूखा ना पड़े, इस वजह से जो sun and moon god हैं उनको please किया जाता है इस festival के द्वारा. Okay. Coming on to the UNESCO representative list of India's intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Now these topics that we are covering, these are important from prelims perspective. ये जो हम topic cover कर रहे हैं ना, ये prelims के perspective से बहुत ज़्यादा important है, ठीक है? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's move forward. The UNESCO representative list. Now this has been asked again and again in prelims. ये repeated basis पे prelims में पूछा गया है. So first is the Vedic chanting of India. It is covered under the UNESCO representative list of India's intangible cultural heritage. Intangible means something that we cannot touch. Intangible का मतलब क्या होता है? जिसको हम छू नहीं सकते, ठीक है, उसे हम intangible बोलते हैं. तो यूनेस्को की representative list जो है ना, intangible cultural heritage मतलब हमारे इंडिया के cultural heritage या humanity से related जो भी aspects हैं उनको इस लिस्ट में डाला गया है. जैसे कि वैदिक chanting of India जो हम मंत्र जाप करते हैं, रामलीला which is a performance of Ramayana, Nowruz is a Persian festival, then the Buddhist chanting which happens in Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir where the Buddhist texts are chanted, recited. Raman, which is celebrated in Garhwal Himalayas, it is a religious festival and ritual theatre in Uttarakhand. Kalbelia is a folk dance of Rajasthan. ये भी prelims में आ चुका है. It has also featured in prelims previous year question paper. Chow dance, it is again a folk dance of Odisha, Jharkhand and West Bengal, wherein it depicts the drama of Mahabharata and Ramayana. ठीक है, तो ये important है आपको ये याद रखना है, ठीक है. This is very very important. Time and again they have been in prelims. Next is Kutiyattam. Kutiyattam is a Sanskrit theatre which is celebrated in Kerala. Mudiyettu, again it's a mythological tale of battle between goddess Kali and demon Darika, which is also depicted in Kerala. Sankirtana is it's a classical dance which is it's a Manipur singing, drumming, dancing ritual of Manipur. Now the Thatrus utensils, these are in Punjab. These are Punjabi traditional brass and copper craft. Okay, and yoga is also covered under the UNESCO representative list of India's intangible cultural heritage. So far we have covered chapter 1 also, chapter 2 also. Now in the chapter 3 we will cover performing arts. Chapter 3 में हम performing arts को cover करेंगे. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I hope आपको आज का session अच्छा लगा हो. If you really enjoyed it, do subscribe to the channel and like the video. Also I am expecting that you are making simultaneous notes in the class. मैं ऐसा expect कर रही हूँ कि आप लोग simultaneous notes भी बनाते होगे class में, ठीक है? This is going to be helpful for all of you for the upcoming preliminary examination. Thank you.